Hey folks, Ollie Connolly, Daily Chaos. Trust test. I'm in the car. Just gave it a clean. So this is a first, car cam. Look, trust test, because what we've got going on in a couple of days' time, the 15th, so a day and a bit, is the one of the biggest tests so far for Boris Johnson. Is he going to deliver on this whole? Is he going to deliver Brexit question? Because it's his self-decided deadline on whether or not to pull out of talks with the EU and to go WTOs. He said that it would be the 15th of October that he would make. There was make or break for the talks for the trade deal, and we're upon that, aren't we? We're upon that now. So look, big test. All you folks that are wondering whether he's genuine or not, as though we haven't really had plenty of evidence to the contrary so far to suggest that he isn't. We're going to have a very, very, very big indication coming up on Thursday. He's got basically got to decide whether or not he's going to carry on talking to the EU about a trade deal when they pretty clearly are interested in just bullying us into submission or whatever, trying to steal our fish. It's not as though we're asking for any vineyards or an auto plant in Germany or anything like that, is it? But apparently it's okay for them to say, we're going to have your fish. Oh, and by the way, you've got to submit to the ECJ via the ECHR, the European Court of Human Rights. In other words, we also are subject to their laws. So it's going to be interesting to see what Boris does. Is he going to give us a kind of a mini Brextension, really? Because the actual Brextension that we're in at the moment lasts until the end of the year, the 31st of December. But this is like a mini one, because it might be that, and I would have thought what he's going to do is he's going to say, oh, you know what, we better give it another month. And there is chatter apparently in SW1 that that's precisely what he wants to do, to give it another month. So we'll see. Is he going to do that? Is he going to break his word again? Or is he going to say, you know what, I've had enough. We're perfectly fine on WTOs because after all, the EU has the trade surplus with us. They do better than we do out of the current arrangement. Do they want to continue that? Or are they going to... it's just a joke, isn't it? It's a joke. We know all the above. So the bottom line is that this is a trust test coming up. Big test for Boris. And we are going to learn something of this man's character. Is he going to be true to form, to what he said, and deliver Brexit? He reckoned he did it in January. Well, he didn't. We're still in the SN, the CU, and the ECJ. So that was a lie. Is this going to be another lie? That's what you have to ask yourselves. And the other thing that we need to be asking ourselves is, why are people not asking these questions? They're very fair questions. There's nothing unreasonable about these questions. It's not that we don't want the best of Boris. We all hope the best of all of our leaders, that they can suddenly, do something magic and maybe stop running our countries into the dogs and all that. We'd all like to see improvement. But this is the guy who has kept us in the UN Migration Compact that Theresa May, his predecessor, signed up to in Marrakesh, which essentially negates our borders, completely contravening the will of the British people in the EU referendum. No discussion, no debate, no mandate, nothing in the manifesto, anything like that. And of course, the media stayed stumm. So you probably may not even have heard about it if you haven't been following me or other folks that are talking about this stuff, because the media barely breathes a word. So this is that character who said, yeah, I'm happy to stay with that. And, similarly with the carbon targets fiasco, which could bankrupt the country, and as opposed to negotiating with China so that we have a global change in our carbon emissions, as opposed to, there's all the Trump cards, you can have them, China, and we'll see what you do down the road. I mean, it's just no way to negotiate, is it? So look, Thursday, big test, trust test. We're going to learn something. I got a ban, another group ban today on Facebook. Curiously, because I'm asking this question about Thursday, I just put out to a bunch of groups that I put out to, on a regular basis. These questions, I wasn't rude, perfectly fair question. Is he going to deliver on Thursday, or is he going to confirm that he's a liar again? All fact. And guess what? 7-day ban. I don't know whether it's got anything to do with a bit of a, squabble with some BoJo Brexiteers, people that don't really seem to be asking these questions or not. But probably not. Probably got nothing to do with it. I don't know. Just does seem a little bit curious, though, that I get this 7-day ban when I put out these questions and ask certain people, well, hold on a sec, why aren't you asking BoJo these kind of questions? Why aren't you asking these questions? And we need to have our Brexiteerian community keeping this government's feet to the fire with, please, we all want the best for you, BoJo, we all want the best. But the fact is that we also, more than anything, we want our sovereignty, and we're prepared to fight for it. And we're prepared to ask the questions that the journalists don't ask. At the moment, for example, in the mainstream media, we got this stuff in the UK going on about Darren Grimes. Yeah, it's an important story. Yeah, it's an important story. But I suspect it's just a smokescreen, just more deflection, as is the whole COVID stats fiasco. Still, just more, nonsense, day in, day out for months, as opposed to, just occasionally having a day off from that Groundhog Day and asking a different question like, oh yeah, what's that going on the 15th of October? Boris, big self-imposed deadline. Is he going to deliver? Oh no. The media aren't talking about that. No. They're talking about Darren Grimes. They're talking about COVID stats. It's Groundhog Day. And yet it's just a day or so before this deadline comes to pass, when Boris's trust, his integrity, his decency, his Churchillian principle is put to task. And so anyway, we'll see. Personally, I reckon he's going to extend the trade talks until after the US election to see if somehow the globalists can steal that election. And judging by the turnouts, the disparity between the turnouts of Trump and those of Biden at their respective rallies, it looks as though Trump is going to win by a landslide. But that's not to say that the Democrats are going to concede. As we know, Hillary Clinton and other people have gone on record saying, Joe Biden, do not concede under any circumstances. Absolutely incredible behavior, political behavior. So it goes on. So yeah, is he going to wait and see if the globalists can steal that election? Then he can say, oh, you know what, Biden, he doesn't want a trade deal, or we might not get a trade deal with the States, and the economy's been awfully damaged because of his recklessness over lockdown and ruining the UK economy. And so we better just, hang in with the EU just for a little while longer. Blah-de-blah-de-blah, Brextension, i.e. Remain. More Remain. that's my analysis of what we're about to see over the next few months. It'll be less than a month until we start getting those indications now, because the election is 21 days away, the US election. And so we really are on the cusp, people. These are very long days for those of us very passionate about all of this, and desperate to be able to get on with our self-determination, our sovereignty and all that. And really wondering whether it's going to happen or whether we're just going to be railroaded into this tyranny, this great reset that they're all talking about. Even Prince Charles is up there selling it. It's incredible, isn't it? World Economic Forum, people, go to that website, check out the Great Reset. It's all there. It's hidden in plain sight now. They're not even bothering to cover it up anymore. That is how close we are. That is how close we are to seeing our lives completely upended, as if it hasn't already happened, but seeing that in permanence. So, people, here we go. Big test for Boris. Trust test coming up on Thursday. Ollie Connolly, Daily Chaos. Go to dailychaos.news/register and register there, because probably going to, get canned totally from Facebook. Probably anybody that's really asking questions that count are getting canned. I just find it amazing that I get this 7-day ban when I just ask these questions about Boris. It's a bit like when he was elected leader, and I said at the time, I really hope for the best for this guy, and I was putting up posts like, please sir, be Chichilian and all that kind of stuff. But also, putting out the other side of the coin, the concerns that I genuinely had and have, which is that he is a globalist fraud and he ain't going to deliver. That it's all a big chummy, and just a lot of old nonsense just to keep the troops distracted and all that, with a big smiley face until they can somehow revert. And guess what? There's a change of administration in DC, and maybe we should stay in the EU after all, or have a different kind of a treaty. Brexit is not just leaving the European Union. Brexit is not just trading one treaty for another. Brexit is leaving the auspices of the EU entirely, so that we have control. We have taken back control. We've left the single market, we've left the customs union, we've left the jurisdiction of the ECHR, and we absolutely are able to map our own path going forward. That is what Brexit is about, being to control our own borders, and so on and so forth. Big test now. Big test. Truth test, trust test. Here it is on Thursday, so check that out. And if we are getting, I seriously wonder. I was getting sidetracked there. I'm driving. I do seriously wonder if CCHQ has had a word with old Nick Clegg and said, you know what, we can't have these kind of questions being asked around the groups. Let's give them a ban or whatever, all that. And to various other people, etc. Almost certainly it's going. We know it's been going on. It's been going on with TR, whose name we can't mention, etc. It's been going on with so many people. We can't talk about things. Anyway, so you know the deal. dailychaos.news/register. When we do finally get all culled from Facebook, because it's in the absolutely on the cusp of the election in the States, and it really is big time going on there now. When we're at that stage, we're all going to get kicked off. They changed the rules just recently at Facebook, didn't they? They just changed the rules on Twitter as well. Please, I don't want to lose touch with you folks. Come over to dailychaos.news/register and register. I promise I'll do something with that place. I just have been doing stuff on other social networks or whatever, and haven't been attending to dailychaos.news quite so much yet, but I will be. And actually now I've got this group band this week. I'll be spending a bit of time putting that homepage together finally. But go and register there, folks. And truth test, trust test. Boris, are you going to deliver, or is it just going to be another lie? WTOs, sir. That's what we need. WTOs. That'll do. Thank you. God bless you. Ollie Connolly, Daily Chaos. Here's to us. And bugger plutocracy. Yeah.